Last 18 games, Hawks win 4 out of 5. Hawks lose 5 straight. Hawks win 5 straight. Hawks lose 3 straight. I'm kind of confused right now. Yeah.
Woohoo! We are in a snow week. Yes. Can't get any better.
Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 36 just took place. That's probably the best way I can describe that one. Hawks lose to the Canucks in Vancouver by a score of 5-2. And yeah, dropped their third straight. Now, I wasn't a real big fan of this game coming into it because, well, it's a West Coast road game, which means the start time is 9 o'clock local time here. Late games suck. And it's midnight right now shooting this video. It's going to be even later when I'm editing and uploading it to the YouTube. And I've got work in the morning. And a Blackhawks loss like this doesn't really help things. But I'm not complaining. I don't want you to think I'm complaining because I'm doing this because even though I don't appreciate the Hawks losing, I don't appreciate the start time, the late start time in this, I appreciate all you guys and gals watching, so I'm getting this up even though it's super late and I'm tired. I was also not a fan of hearing that Crawford was placed on IR before this game and would be missing an extended period of time. Now, Forsberg has played well for us, but you never want to go without what essentially has been your best player so far this season. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this team responds. And so far, it's not going great. So, Kampf and Glass get called up from Rockford. Kampf playing tonight in his first NHL game. That's always exciting. No matter win or loss, it's an important milestone in a career, obviously. But he gets the playing time today, center position. We're looking for some sort of help at the center position because Taze seems to be the only one able to win a draw, but he's not scoring. And nobody else really seems to be picking it up that way. Kampf, I don't think played awful. I thought he played pretty decently, honestly, but he's not the solution. He's not fixing anything right now. So it's just kind of a wish-wash, really. Gagne would open up the scoring in this game for the Canucks in the first period when he would tip in a shot right after the power play would end for the Canucks. So technically it wasn't a power play goal. Technically the Canucks went 0 for 3 on the power play, but essentially they went 1 for 3. It was a goal that Forsberg really couldn't do much about, or if he could have made the save, it's just such a difficult save to make. And as we saw in the rest of the game, Forsberg made a lot of really good saves on some really high-quality chances from the Canucks. A lot of redirects close in the slot. Forsberg played great in this game, and this goal certainly wasn't on him. And like I said, down a man essentially on the PK, and we technically kill it, but we don't really kill it. The Hawks would answer, however, with a power play goal. We haven't been able to say that a whole lot. This is like their third power play goal in the last 40-some power play. That's been a struggle, to say the least. But they get a power play goal with a one-timer from Patrick Kane to Nick Schmaltz right in the slot there. A nice little passing play. Their first 2 power plays in this game looked fantastic, moving the puck around, getting some really good looks and chances. But it would be the only good power plays they had in this game. The rest of the power plays were just absolute garbage. Just piss poor. And I had this thought, this epiphany near the end of the game thinking, well, maybe because they scored on a little passing play, a little one-timer, that maybe they were just trying to be a little too cute and they thought it would keep working during the rest of their power plays instead of just getting shots on net and testing goaltender. Tried to just make an extra pass and it just wasn't working because, well, second and third periods they were just passing poorly anyhow. and that just carried over to the power play, and that didn't help anything. So the Hawks and the Canucks go into the first intermission tied at 1 apiece, and that's kind of when the game just goes downhill for the Hawks. They played absolutely atrocious in the second period and for a good chunk of the third, although the third was mostly kind of the Canucks trapping and playing shutdown defense. But the second period was just, I laughed many times with how bad the passing was for the Hawks. It was just atrocious. Hawks did hit 2 posts in the period. If those go in, maybe it's a different ball game. Maybe the Hawks win. Maybe we're talking about a win right now. But it didn't, and you can't really excuse the rest of the game because of that. Anisimov left the game with an injury, and it seems like he's going to be out for a significant period of time. That's not good, obviously. And then Murphy gets hit hard into the boards. Boarding was the call. He got up and got checked for a concussion. It didn't look like he had a concussion when he got up, but it's always tough to tell from, the armchair watching on the TV. But he was able to return after getting checked for concussion. He didn't seem to have any symptoms after that or even when he initially got up. So it seems like he's fine, which is good. It's great. But losing Crawford before the game, losing Anisimov, and then almost losing Murphy, this was not a good game for sure. Vanek would give the Canucks a 2-1 lead with a goal in the second period. Then Gagne would give the Canucks a 3-1 lead with his second goal in the third period. Then Vanek would get his second goal of the game to make it 4-1 Canucks. And then Brock Besner would get his first goal of the game to make it 5-1 Canucks in the third. And good news, all 4 of those goals were goals that Forsberg had no chance of stopping. Bad news was that all 4 of those goals were goals that Forsberg had no chance of stopping. So Forsberg lets in 5 goals in this game, and he played actually really well. He had some misplays with the puck behind the net, but nothing that really cost the team anything. Other than that, he made some really great stops and played well enough to give the Hawks a victory if they didn't have some atrocious defensive breakdowns and maybe scored more than 2 goals. Oh, by the way, the Hawks got their second goal with 8 seconds left in the game by Harden. So, yay. So I'm not really sure what to think of this team right now. I'm pretty confused. I've said it before, and I still believe it. I like the players on this team. I like the talent we have. I think this team can make the playoffs, and they should probably make the playoffs if they play up to the level they're capable of playing. But they've been just so inconsistent this year, and it's left them sitting on the outside looking in. It seems like whatever we're trying, it just doesn't work, or it's just screwing things up, or we're just not clicking where we need to. We play maybe 40 good minutes and then lose it on the last 20 or the first 20 or whatever it is. It's just weird. It's just inconsistent. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you would remedy this, because I don't really know. I'm confused. What do you do? I mean, I don't know. Thanks for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really appreciate you watching. I mean, that's why I'm staying up so late right now to try and get this video out. But, yeah. Slapshot that like button, man. Stay safe, make good decisions. I'll see you next time.